All right, let's chat with Sara, who is the president and owner of Simka Sol. Sara, tell us about yourself and how you got Simka Sol started. What is Simka Sol all about? And can you tell us what the name means and how you got the name?
Um, I'm Sara Charles. I am the owner of Simka Sol. I am a graduate of mass art. I studied graphic design. And how Simka Sol got started was I was working a couple freelance jobs as a graphic designer in 2007, 2008, and nobody was paying me. So I kind of had to do some pivoting and figure out how to make money. I was also a horseback riding instructor during this time, so I did have some income from teaching riding lessons, but not in what I went to school for. So around this time, 2008, 2009, Etsy started, and in my spare time, I had done a few prints of art, and I figured, why not just throw them on Etsy and see what happens? And kind of the rest is history. I just started selling and expanding my product line, and people messaged me they wanted to see my art on clothing. So I learned how to screen print, and then I learned pattern design. And oh, yeah, that's how I am where I am today. Where does the name come from? So Simka is my Hebrew name, and Sol for the sun represents how I used to expose my screens for screen printing. A lot of times screen printers use exposure units in a darkroom, and I at the time didn't have any finances or a darkroom, so I figured out a way to expose my screens using the daytime sun, and it became like a really big kind of cool part of my business and my process, so we incorporated it into the name.
Were you always a designer? Do you create all of your designs? And if so, where do you get all of your inspiration? Tell us more.
Was I always a designer? Designer, no. Artist, yes. Since I was as young as I can remember, I was always into art and always drawing things. I did every single art class throughout middle school, high school. I knew I wanted to go to art school. I just wasn't sure what, media of art I wanted to study. And graphic design at the time seemed really cool, so we went with that. And I learned a lot in graphic design, and I think it's really carried my business along, being able to design well and market well. And do I design everything currently? Yes, I do. I design all of the prints. I do all the photography. I'll do all the web design. I do all the marketing. Um, I do all of it. Maybe a little bit of a control freak, but you know, if you want something done, do it yourself. But I love it, and I really couldn't picture myself doing anything else. Where do I find inspiration from? Nature. I mean, I've always kind of been like the kid that went into the woods and played with their friends. I was never really into video games or any of that stuff. It was just, I was always outside. Um, I was really into horses, animals. I still am. I live in Maine, so we have all four seasons, and just watching nature change through the seasons, different flowers, different animals, different light. I'm just constantly inspired. And I like to bring that inspiration into my prints.
Okay, so we want to know. Give us all the deets on how you were able to quit your day job and what has been your proudest moment.
How was I able to quit my day job? Well, as we previously mentioned, I didn't really have a 9 to 5. I was teaching horseback riding a couple days a week and working freelance for people that paid me very inconsistently, if ever. But I was able to go full time with my business in 2011. I think it was 2011. And that's been it the whole time. I'm incredibly fortunate. I really don't know why it worked out. I do think there's some luck involved, hitting Etsy at that right time. It really propelled me forward. I don't think Etsy is what it used to be at this point. It's a lot harder to gain traction, but when I was on there, it was awesome. So kind of just happened, and I just kept expanding my art and reaching different customers and different product lines, and I've just been very fortunate.
So, I've heard that you have even had your art on TV and you design wedding dresses. Is that true?
Yes, I had my art on TV. I had an email from Warner Brothers one day asking me if they could purchase some art for a set of a TV show. Of course, yes. So I signed a contract with Warner Brothers, and I forget the name of the show, but it was only one season, and it didn't get renewed because it was pretty awful. But it was really fun to watch the show and like see my art in the background. That was really fun. Wedding dresses, yeah, I did design wedding gowns. I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus from that the past 2 years just because I've been so busy with everything else in my business, and they require a lot of detail and a lot of time from me as I'm hand making them and hand printing them. But it is something that I'm looking to expand and bring back in the next year or so here.
Okay, so how can people find you and Simka Sol?
You can find Simka Sol online at simkasol.com. I also have an Instagram and a Facebook, which you can link to from the website. I have a few retailers that wholesale my products across the country. Unfortunately, none in Maine, which is kind of funny. But yeah, right now we're just online. Maybe one day we'll have a retail location, but we'll see.
What is the heart behind your business? And what do you hope people feel when they interact with your brand?
What is the heart of the business? That is a good question. I think I just really wanted to create something that I couldn't find anywhere else, and really represented who I was or I am as a person. And it's coming from a place of genuine integrity and personal curation where I am heavily involved in every aspect of my business, from the prototyping to the art to the final stages of production to shipping to photographing it to everything. So I really want to offer an immersive, genuine product and shopping experience. So yeah, I don't know. I think just wearing my heart on my sleeve, putting my art out there for the world to love it or hate it. It is what it is. I just put it out there. And so far it's treated me very well.
Sara, your business has been growing so much and it is so amazing and it is so awesome that I get to be a part of this journey. So I just want to say thank you for being a client, and I appreciate the trust, and I'm so happy to have you as a part of my firm family. So thank you.
Thanks for having me, Claire. We're so happy to be part of your family. One thing I wanted to mention, and I'm sure you find this as you talk to your clients, but every business owner that I personally know or people that want to start a business are doing it out of necessity. They either work in a toxic work environment, or they work in a place where they don't feel valued, or they're not working to their full capacity, right? So they take the chance on themselves and want to start a business. And it's just, there's nothing I admire more than someone who wants to just strike out and start a business, because they know they want more. They're capable of more. They want to create something for themselves that they're not being offered anywhere else. And all the hard work it takes to do that. It's a trip, man. Like, we're all kind of crazy in the best way, because like we take the high highs and we take the low lows and we just keep going. And there's really nothing else I'd want to do right now. Like, betting on myself was the best decision I made. And I think anybody who wants to do it, do it. Come be crazy. You know, like, we join the family of crazy business owners, because like we are a family. Like, no one else knows what it's like until you've done it, and you've failed, or you succeeded, you know, or you've had a taste of every aspect of it. You know, it's great, and I'm really glad to be part of your family, Claire, and really appreciate you. And again, you striking out and doing your own thing. Like, we're awesome. We're killing it, you know? We're doing the right thing.